Okay. Okay. We are all from different cities. Now let's get started. Let's get started. I've seen we are all from different cities, and there are now 17 people in the room. I guess my system is a bit slow today, so I just keep clicking and it's not responding fast. Hopefully, we can do this thing. So let me read a quick number of this thing. I'm Tani Rukoya Ashune from Ogun State, Nigeria. I'm Slowbet from Liberia. I'm Olisa from Lagos, Gloria Olisa. I'm Grace from Abuja. I'm Emma from Adamawa. I'm Madinat Dauda from Abuja. Onyinye from Johannesburg, South Africa. Good evening. I'm Zaimbo from Lusaka, Zambia. Folake Koya from Lagos. Teresa from Lagos. Rofia from Ibadan. Okay, great. So if it's your first time of joining any of my live sessions, just type A in the comment section. If you've never joined any of my live sessions, this is your first time of joining my live session, just type A. And if this is, you're a veteran, you've attended any of my live sessions before, type B. Oh, wow, we have quite a number of people that are typing here in this comment section. That's interesting. So we have we actually have more newbies. I assumed everybody had joined before. So let me do a proper introduction of myself. I'm going live online, then I'll do an introduction, then we get started. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live session where we'll be discussing digital skills that we can use to grow our business in 2025. Workplace digital skills that are important to us as business owners or founders of initiatives in 2025, and why we shouldn't be sleeping on those digital tools. It is key that we even know them, we know what they are, and we know how to apply them to whatever it is we have found, whether it's a business, it's a non-profit, it's a for-profit, it's an initiative, it's anything. That is how, and if you've never met me, I am Dr. Aderisola Adio Adepoju. I'm the founder of iTrain Africa and the Skilled for Work Academy. And I'm on a mission to ensure that we upskill 10 million Africans in workplace skills and for global visibility by 2030. And I've been several things to several people at different times. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I have a mini MBA from the International Finance Corporation, which is a member of the World Bank Group. I started off in the fashion space as an entrepreneur, and I grew that business from just a sewing machine in the corner of my room to a garment production factory that employed several people for over 10 years. I went ahead to start the online fashion school. I went ahead to then start a fabric store, which is still in existence. So I've done entrepreneur, I've won grants, different trainings based on my entrepreneurial journey. So before I started iTrain Africa in 2020, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years before that time. So also have had cause to win several global opportunities, some related to my business. And yes, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a PhD doctor. I have a PhD in chemistry from University of Lagos. I've taught at that same university for about 2 years. I have professional experience internationally. I've worked internationally twice. Once as the design lead at Natural History Museum of London remotely. And then I moved on to serve as the global program coordinator at Museum for the United Nations. And I was basically supervising 23 global locations. So I have interdisciplinary experience, academic, entrepreneur, real space, and also the professional space. So I have a lot of knowledge to give out to you. So please, when I say something to you, most likely I didn't read it from Google. I didn't get it from a textbook. I'm telling you from my wealth of experience. So today, we've been having my my staff, because I think I started a series on my LinkedIn last year talking about innovation. And by the way, I've won several global opportunities that's taken me across 5 continents. Yes, continents, not countries, 5 continents. But one notable one I'm very grateful for is the Unleash Global Innovation Lab, which is where I would say my very deep thinking sense around entrepreneurship and innovation really emerged. Proud to then I have a certification from Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen about entrepreneurship, innovation, and skills. Have been a part of the Yadva Franco-German Innovation Labs. Trust me, my pedigree is long. I can keep going on and on. So, but why did I have to mention that? Because I realized that there are a lot of A's in the comment section that have never met me before. And it's important that you know that for every word I speak here, whenever I come live, it's because I want to give value. It's not because the knowledge is not free. I spent a lot of money, time, and years to acquire this experience. So it is not free. It might be free to you right now, but it's not free. It's the same, like when people pay me for one-on-one, 1 hour, this is the same knowledge you're getting from me. So please take note of that. Whatever I tell you, implement it and come back and tell me if it's not going to work. A business. And a lot of the time, we are always talking about how it relates to a professional, how it relates to academics, but we never talk about workplace skills with regards to entrepreneurship, because for some reason, people don't always think that entrepreneurship is work. And I always say, let's establish, when you say workplace skills, it simply means whatever form of work. Are you working for yourself? Are you working for somebody? Are you working for several people, which is freelancing? Are you working in the academia? You are doing work. Like, let's establish that first. So whenever we say workplace skills, it does not mean you are working for somebody. You are an entrepreneur. You are doing work. It's only that you are working for yourself. Now, the bad part is many entrepreneurs have not still processed their business as work because they are not employing themselves in the business. For as far back as I can remember, I've been employing myself in my business. When people ask me for money now, somebody asked me for money and I was like, I'm waiting to the end of the month to salary has not dropped. And I'm sure the person is looking at me like, well, you own this business, you can just put your hand inside and take money now. That is even very alien to me. Why? Because like I'd structured that aspect for the longest time, as far as I can remember. So again, I've had exposure to a lot of global knowledge around how things should be done, but I do not expect that everybody has that knowledge, which is why we are doing all these lives. So today I want to talk about, like 6 major areas where you can actually apply workplace digital skills. But first, let's define, why do we even need digital skills when it comes to business? Like, why should anybody who is an entrepreneur be concerned about digital skills? And what are those digital skills or workplace skills in general? Because beyond digital skills, workplace skills could be life skills, it could be tech skills, it could be soft skills, and it could be digital skills. So I like to say workplace skills, not just limited to digital skills. Now, what are digital skills? They are simply skills that you can use in the digital age. What is something that is digital? Something that is online, as in that's how you should think about it. Now, it means that the skills that you will need to operate things that are online is what you call digital skills. Now, why you as an entrepreneur, whether you are selling pants, bras, shoes, bags, whatever, it doesn't matter what you're selling, non-tangible product, you're selling knowledge like me, coaches, it doesn't matter what you are selling. You have started something and you're selling to another person. Now, why is it important that you lash on to this whole digital economy, digital transformation, It is because I always say maybe before COVID, you could make your business optional in terms of you digitalizing it. But prior to COVID, I am not sure anyone should be doing business without digitalizing. Even those people that have made millions offline without necessarily coming online to do anything, they are now bringing their business online and digitalizing it. Why? Because they realize that you can only, look, you cannot fight against a system that is evolving. It is either you evolve with that system or you perish. Let's be clear. adapting or embracing the digital world into whatever it is you have founded is no longer an option because the world is evolving and it's going to keep evolving. So it is either you catch up or you perish in the process. Now, let's even now assume that, okay, that you are not in that corner that either you adapt or you perish. Let's be factual. See, digital skills or workplace skills, they actually save you a whole lot. It helps you to become cost effective. It helps you to become more efficient. It helps you to scale. And of course, it helps you to have a competitive edge over whatever competitor you might have in the market. And let's be clear, there is absolutely no business that doesn't have a competitor. Mm? There is no business in existence that doesn't have a competitor in one way or the other. Mm? So let's be clear. It's like I'm myself, I said, be joking. You have never applied for a global opportunity. That is why you are saying you are yourself competitor. If you've ever applied for a global opportunity, one of the requirements there is for you to look, you have to do competitor research and you must put it on your pitch deck. Who is your competitor? It is a standard. So forget all that thing of this thing. It's because you have not seen beyond what you can see. That's why you always see there's no, if you don't have a competitor locally, you have internationally. So how many things did I say? Why are these digital skills important? Apart from, as I said, the first thing is the fact that the world is evolving. You live in this world. You have not created your own earth. So you are either evolving with it or you perish. Now, I said the second major reason is the fact that it has four major advantages to you. It helps you become more efficient, cost effective. It allows you to be able to scale whatever it is you are doing, and it gives you a competitive edge. Now that we have understood why it is important, I'm going to be discussing these digital skills under different, like let me say 5 different areas for this thing. And I will touch on it. And at some point, I will share my screen on some of them. Now, let's talk about tools and what they are used for and how it applies to your business. The first one I always like to address, which is why on the Workplace Foundational Skills Program, apart from the very first one, which is a clarity model, which is what I just did right now to give you clarity about why it is important. The first thing I always talk about is what collaborative work tools. And just in case you're asking me, what is that jargon? What's that jargon? Let me bring it home. That's as I will share my screen in a bit. What do I mean? I said collaborative work tool. If you are an entrepreneur in this place, and you are an entrepreneur, you are a one-man entrepreneur, let me put it that you're a business owner, it is only you. Type A in the comment section. Now, if you're a business owner that by chance you have yourself and you have one other person, at least a staff, any form of staff at all, type B. Then if you are someone that, even if you're a single business owner, you always have course to work with clients that is not in your location. You have course to send the clients, send them this, send them that, or whatever. Type C. What it means, most likely, you'll be, even if you're a single man business, you are sending clients one thing or the other, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean for you? So I will know the whole essence of collaborative work too, with respect to what someone who is running a business. Now, let me bring it to when you say collaborative work tools or workspace, it simply means that I want to be able to do something with somebody. When you now say online or digital collaborative work tool, I want to be able to do something, an activity, a work with someone that is not where I am. So I need to be able to employ a digital tool. An example of that right now that we are doing, a collaborative work tool, is this Zoom meeting that me and you are on right now. A collaborative work tool is this Zoom meeting me and you are on right now. Why is Zoom a collaborative work tool? It is because me and you need to listen to ourselves. I need to give value to you. You need to get the value. If I don't employ this tool, how are we going to be able to do work together? Which is why Zoom meeting is a work tool that is used for what meetings. Now, the fastest one, I always say every entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, you are in this room, and you are still using Yahoo email, I don't understand what is wrong with you. As you are listening to me now, if you are an entrepreneur, you are in this room, let's even first start with, you are an entrepreneur, and you are in this room, your business does not have an email. I'm talking about Gmail, a Gmail that just says daring@gmail.com. Aduadepoju@gmail.com. Whatever it is your business name is, as I am talking to you, you will go to Google. You will click on Google, you will type Gmail. When you click on Gmail, you will open an email for that whatever it is you are running right now. Just opening a Gmail account, you will see when I say digital, see, when people ask me, even when you come on WFS, that's the first thing I always say, before you do anything at all in the digital space, you need what? You need a Gmail account. Why do I always go for Gmail? It is because once you sign up to a Gmail account, it gives you access to 70 plus Google Workplace tools and softwares free. Just owning a Gmail account, email, you go online right now, and you type Gmail, it gives you access to what? To a collaborative workspace. Now, if you are looking at what exactly am I talking about, I will share my screen. Go online right now and go and what? Go and give me a minute. I need to disconnect this one. I was charging it. I wanted to over it. Open your Gmail right now and you will see what I'm going to do. You will see what I am going to do. It does not matter, but if you have a Gmail account that you have opened, what is next for you? What is next for you? What it simply means is you then need, right? You need to now click on some 9 dots. Let me use the GMC workspace as this thing. Share my screen. Let's look at this. This is the email. Let's say I'm inside the email of my whatever email that I am in right now. Just clicking these 9 dots at the top hand corner of my email address or my this thing, it will show me what Google Apps. Clicking these 9 dots here will show me what Google Apps, which is why I'm saying that it is key that first you open an email for you to digitalize your destiny. We will still come to how it now applies to your business. The email itself, which is Gmail, can you see this thing that is on my screen that I'm circling? It first gives you access to be able to what? Send information, pass message between you and somebody who is not in your location. You cannot be a business owner and not be able to send a simple email. One of the things I first teach on workplace professional skills is how to send email. I did not mean nonsense email. I mean, give me a minute. Oh. Okay. I wonder why this is falling off. Okay. 1 minute, please. I think it is this charging that I'm doing for it. Okay. Oh, Lord, I need to be able to adjust this thing. I don't know why this thing keeps falling off. Okay, I think we are good. As I was saying, keep saying my battery is overheating. I need to stop charging it. Okay, great. We are here. Now, like I was saying, this email gives you access to be able to email. And I mean proper email. For instance, if we will send an email and the heading of that email is just blank. Subject, verb, like nothing. Or they send a subject that is making noise, meaning they capitalize it and all those things. Oh, there's, like I used probably 1 whole hour on WFS to explain email etiquette, how an email should be structured. But I don't want to go into the details of that. Let's first define why you even need it for your business. Now, what it means is once you have an email in that business, do you know how seriously people take you when you send a client an email? Let me give you an example. You go to a client's office to go and do whatever, or you even come on a Zoom meeting. You want to say one thing or the other to the client. After that meeting, right after that meeting, send a summary of an email to discuss what your talking points were. During this meeting, we agreed on. Sending that summary and the action point, you know how seriously a client takes you. Like, oh, wow, that was a very, this thing. This is just still email. I'm not talking about the other apps that are what in Google Workspace. There are several of them. If I click on more from Google like this, there are 70 plus. 70 plus. Simply by opening email, just that your email gives you access to 70 plus Google this thing. Now, it is not about having access. I always now say it is about knowing which to use for what. It is about what? Knowing what to use for what. Can you see it? You are seeing all these things. I'm sure many people did not even know these existed at all. If you gain free access to this thing yesterday, you started watching, the first thing I talked about there, I think the first lesson, second lesson was around, this 70 plus Google this thing. Of course, I can't explain everything in detail here in this thing, in this particular live. I wanted to show you what even exists. Just because you have a Gmail account. And some people, we refuse to open a Gmail account and be using Yahoo. I don't understand you. Like, you don't want to have access to all these apps or what for your business. Now that we are done talking about all the things that are available, now let's go back. Let's what? Go back to what? Hi, Anne, joining from Mozambique. You will now come. You've sent an email. I've given you one function of an email that you can use in your business that makes a client see the difference. The next favorite one, which is what brought about this discussion of collaborative workspace, is what? The Google Drive. You see this particular Google Drive, it has been saving my life since what? Since forever. Since what? Since forever. My Google Drive is my collaborative workspace. For every business or every initiative I own, this is the Global Mentorship Conference Google Drive. This is our workspace. Why is it called a workspace? It simply means that this is where I work. That is what a workspace is. When you say Google Work, simply workspace like your office, only that this workspace, it is powered by Google. Microsoft 365 and all those things is a workspace, but you have to pay for that one. This one is giving you free workspace. Now, you will not be saying, okay, when I click on Drive, Doc, you've been using your own workspace. Most likely your own is blank. There is nothing. What are all these things? They are called what? Folders. Why do I need to create folders in my workspace as a business owner? See, let's say you are selling shoe and bag. For instance, shoe and bag is your business. If I was to be selling shoe and bag, and I was even doing my business alone, only me, what can I create on this work? Like I say, okay, I am creating what? An Excel sheet. I will now create what you people call Excel sheet. It's called sheet. It is only that Microsoft one is called Excel. This one is called what? It's called a Google Sheets. If I click on add like this, to say, do I want to add a new folder? Do I want to add a new document? Do I want to add a sheet? Do I want to add Google Slide? Do I want to add Google Form? I can click on more. Google Drawings, Google Maps, Google Slide, Google whatever. Now, the most used one as a business owner is this first four: Google Doc, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and Google Forms. Like I said, I want to talk about collaborative work tools, digital tools that you can use and how you can use them for your business. If you are in this room, you are a business owner, you don't have inventory, you are selling physical product, bag and shoe, pants, anything that is physical that you can deliver to somebody, that is a physical product. And you don't have an inventory, a place where you have taken stock of all the things you have in your store. You are just running hobby. It is hobby you are doing. You are not running a business. Because you can never track what you have. You cannot know where your stock is running low. And don't say, I can see, I know everything I have at a glance. The day you have to leave, you remember I said how to digitalize your business so that you can grow. I don't mean somebody that just want to be selling 10 sweets on a tray. That one is not for you. There's nothing to digitalize. Maybe you just want to be selling 10 sweets on a tray in front of your house. That is not for you. But I'm talking about whatever business you are doing. You want to scale it from having 10 to 20 to 30 to 40. You want to be able to say, I'm leaving my shop in charge of somebody and they will not steal it. That is the kind of people I'm talking to in this life. See, there are several tools I can introduce you to create an inventory. Give me a minute. Zoho, Manager, Hiho, but I don't want to talk about anything advanced here. I'm talking about the ones you can even access free. Free. Start from Google. Create your inventory from Google. Basics. Now, what do I mean by an inventory? Now, I'm going to click on Google Sheets. If I wanted to create inventory from scratch for bag and shoe, here is what I would do. I'll come here on these Google Sheets. I know some of you want to see sheets like this, spreadsheets. You say, it's not for me. I cannot use it. It is not hard. What did I say? It is not hard. It is you that have not learned. You will now say, what do you have? You are selling bag. Let's say you have bag. The first thing, let me talk about, I've run a product-based business for years, my fabric business. If you are such a person that has different variations of your product, let's say you have one shoe, you have it in blue, pink, red, whatever it is, or you have fabric, you have the fabric in this, it means that it is the same shoe, or you can have 10 of it in the store. You now need to do SKUs. What are SKUs? That's a stock keeping unit that identifies each product uniquely. What does that mean? It simply means that in your store, you can, let's say my store name is Deering. I sell fabric. I can now put and say, Deering is my distance. I can now say DER. DER is my short form of my name, for instance. I will now say this color, let's say I'm selling mug. This color white mug is DER001. DER002 for the blue one. That's SKU. So the first thing in my Excel sheet, I'll put SKU. I put SKU. What type of product is it? I put is a mug. I put product. Are you seeing it? Product description. I know you'll be saying this thing does not need. How many products do I have? Wait till you want to grow. Then you will know that you have problem. What type of product it is? It is a bag. I mean, type it is what? A bag. What is the SKU? DER001. That is what I gave that product. What type of this product description? You put it. Right? Product description, you put it. What is the quantity you have? Quantity. What is the price? You see, something as simple as this can save you headache in your business. You see, I did not do anything too much. Basics. But you see these basics, I will show you how it can save you this thing. How do I name it? I name it inventory 2025. That is my inventory. Now, give me what type of bag, product description, or let's say more product description. White, small size, whatever it is I want to, white, small or medium size, small size ceramic. Please be as descriptive as possible. You will see the multiple places you can use this description when I start to talk about the tools you can use for your business. Quantity, you say you have 3 in your shop. What is the price of this? Let's say it is 1,000 naira. We will now say what? Inventory value. You put it here. You see it? Inventory value. You put it here. What will be the inventory value? That is when you now need just small mathematics. You will now press on your laptop. This column is equals to is the first line or second line on your laptop where you have plus sign. Can you see it? As I just press this is equals to, can you see what it has done for me? The only thing I press is equals to. Google will have sense to know what to do next. And I said, okay, that is what I want. I want it to be equal to D2 times E2. And I said, yes, enter 3,000 naira. I know the cost of what I have in my shop is 3,000. See the next thing I'm now going to do. I will now put in this thing, I'll now put maybe deductions once they sell or sales. I'll now put the sale one. I'll now say inventory value left. This one I'll put, or even let me put as in the dates. Let's put this one, sales. I put it, date of sales. Yeah, see what I'm doing from scratch. Sales dates. I put whatever. If once you put dates, it will automatically. Today's date is what? 21/01/2020. This is what I want to put as date. You can insert date if you want from here. But I just typed my own. You can insert dates in that place. Now, the one I really want to show you that can help you scale your business. You now made one sale. You now know what is going to happen. You will now say that this column like this is equals to this one minus this one. You are seeing it. You see it. Simple. It means that from every time somebody sells, if I turn this one to 2, they've sold 2, this one will change that it is remaining 1. If I change that they've sold 3 in this one will change that it is remaining 0. You have created an inventory from Google Sheets. Simple mathematics. Now, why did I have to show you this first? You will see many business owners will be, once they see sheets they run, they don't even know the existence of Google Sheets to start with. Not to talk of knowing what to use it for. No matter how small your business is, you should have an inventory. Let me tell you 3 different ways I have used this inventory. First is what I've showed you, to continually track what is left in my shop so that I know when to call my supplier. Now, my people know to do one thing. Once my stock is remaining one, they will color code it red, depending on what you are selling. You need to train whoever it is you are going to put in charge of your stock to say, once something has reached 5, color code it red. So as you enter Excel sheet, you are not asking, Basira, how many of that thing do we have left? You can be sitting down in your house. That is why we call it what? Collaborative digital tools. So you will sit down in your house and you will be looking at these sheets. You will be knowing how many is left. You did not leave your house. So you will be sitting down in your house. See, my fabric business, I went out of that business technically, like I'm not present there. And it is running. You know why? I can see when the stock is depreciating. I can see when to call supplier. When the supplier brings this thing, the sales girl knows how to take inventory of new inventory. As it is coming, we are measuring the yardage of clothes. They are putting it. They are doing the SKU. How do we do SKU? It is simple. We take cardboard because we sell fabric. We take cardboard. Look, I'm not giving you anything that will cost you money because I know people will say, man, why will teach us this thing? It's money that I'm not telling you anything that is costing you money. I'm telling you just understanding how to use Google Sheets for your business. Now, as I'm seeing what I need to order, I'm calling supplier. As the thing is coming, my staff are taking cardboard, cutting it into small. On this Excel sheet, they can see the last SKU we gave to a product. Let's say now I have 1,000 fabrics types in my store. The fabric is 3, 4, 5 years, or 12 years, whatever. We've put it there. Now, the sales girl has told me, madam, check sheets. She doesn't have to do anything. Let's say, for instance, now, your sales girl sold 3 years, as in sold 1 today, they input it, it reduces. You see this thing that's turned to red. It is time to say, Oga Emeka, I need 10 yards of cashmere. Oga Emeka, because why? You are seeing that you only have 0 yards left and your customer is, in fact, let's say you are selling fabric and you are selling navy blue cashmere and you know that that navy blue, people are always buying it as the thing is reaching maybe 8 years remaining. You are saying, Oga Emeka, and you know it needs 2 days for that thing to reach you. You are already seeing that it is 8 years. So it means that for different products that you sell, based on how it is moving, you can even color code on this sheet and label it fast moving. You can put anything. I like colors in my Excel sheets. I format my Excel sheets a lot. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm using product-based business owners here. Let me show you an example of whenever we are using it to manage speakers for the Global Mentorship Conference. You will see how we will have a sheet. We will have a sheet of speakers, their career paths, the academia that they are in, what they are, this and that. This one is in academia. This person's name is this thing. Is an entrepreneur. Like, we categorize speakers. You see the way I color coded it? I like to color code my things so I can easily spot, okay, this one is entrepreneur, this one is also entrepreneur, this one, like I can color code. If you enter all these my folders for every project we run, our Excel sheet is plenty. For the management of our project, for every time we are having all those events, you think we're having Global Mentorship Conference, and you are wondering how we are managing 65 volunteers, we are managing this, we are managing that. It is Google Sheets. So I said, look, you may not even have to complicate your distance. Like, I don't want to use service-based because you'll be saying me, I run big. That is why I went to show you product and started it from scratch. We are still talking about collaborative work, Google Work Tools. I've just talked about one, Excel sheets. Rather, sheets, spreadsheets. This one is Google Sheets. What other thing can you use Google Sheets for in your business apart from this inventory? you can use it to manage your projects. Let's say, for instance, you run an NGO. You have this project, you have that project. You just saw what I showed you now. You can use it to manage your projects. Apart from managing your project, can you use it to manage your staff? Yes. In my organization, I have different departments. If I show you the drive of, let me show you. We have various this thing. Now, how do I now know this one is for which one? That is where folders come in. What did I call it? Folders come in. Folders are key. So you see now that I created a sheet for my inventory. If it is not sheets that I'm creating, let's say on this thing now, you know, I've created this sheet. I will now say, I want a particular place to have all my inventory. I want this one to be for all my receipts. If you check the drive that my admin officer used, she has a folder for tax. She has a folder for payroll. She has a folder for inventory. She has a folder that she used to enroll courses, different names, so that when you can see the way we calculate it's on website development. It means that anything that has to do with all the pictures we give to website developer. Speaker asset, it means that when we are doing a project and speakers send us their bio, they send us their pictures, we put it, can you see 2023 speakers, folders inside folder. This is the headshot of speakers. This is the list of speakers. This is the bio of speakers. Folder inside folder. Why? To organize. See, don't be doing your business in a jaga way. If you do it like that, you cannot scale. Even if you're a one-man person, I organized my fabric business despite it was only me and one staff sales girl. You now know how that thing helped me? When I created the inventory, when it was time to use another digital tool, which is WhatsApp business, it was easy. You know why? I just gave that sales girl inventory and said, on our WhatsApp business, you will go there, you will click. I can't share that one right now. I thought I did a screen recording of how to add products to WhatsApp business on WFS. But I'm saying, let's say you know how to do that one. Instead of you leaving your description place blank, you would now take this inventory and say, sales girl, just take all the description I've put in my inventory, just be copying that thing, be putting this SKU of the product. You know what is going to happen? When customers click your WhatsApp business, they're not saying, I want that blue one. Blue is not a description. Someone like me that sell fabrics, blue is not a description. I can have navy blue, sky blue, turquoise blue, this one blue. I can have 8 shades of blue. How do I now know what the customer is talking about? You see that SKU that I gave each product? SKU means it is unique to each of that product. Meaning, if I buy white cashmere, I buy another white cashmere that has a bit of dot inside, they will not have the same SKU. Because a customer may want to buy this one's SKU, that one's SKU. Right? This one's SKU, that one's SKU. Now, what does that mean? It means that I can never confuse 2 types of products together. Because on my WhatsApp business, where I added products to my catalog, I will put the SKU of the product and the description. So when that customer is clicking my WhatsApp catalog, they are sending me the product, and the product immediately I can see the SKU. That's a storekeeping unit. And what do I do? Because in my shop, we have used cardboard, small cardboard. We cut it small like this and use stapler to staple it to that fabric. We just go and look for that SKU. And in our store, we arrange our fabric in a particular way, like the SKUs are following themselves. So we don't have to be saying, yes, we can see all where white is. We just go there and say, oh, this is the white. This white has inner line. This white has this thing. We are not confusing it because we can have 4, 5 different kinds of white in cashmere, and they are all white. So we would never send a product to somebody and say, that was not the one I wanted. No, mbano. Because the product had SKU when the customer sent it. You see how digitalizing your products, your operations can save you a headache just from creating one Excel sheet of it. You see the multiple ways I'm telling you that just one Excel sheet can save you. First, you know when your store is, you will never run out. You will not be saying, so that is rubbish in a business. When you say so that, it means you lack capacity. You are not growing. You are not scaling. It is rubbish. You should know when your inventory is depleting. One, it's just a Google Sheet. Number two, you will be able to use that Google Sheet to create what? Multiple stores. Whether you now want to create store on WooCommerce, on Bumper, on WhatsApp catalog, on your website, on Gigi. Once the person will be saying, Madam, what should I write a description? What is that rubbish? Because you have created one document that anybody can access. Now, this document, you not be saying, Madam, what if I'm not in Lagos? And I don't want this, my sales girl, to have access to all this, because of my Google Drive now. I have plenty things there. That is where I keep I created a folder that I called it my expenses. By the way, you see this Google Sheet is the same thing that you can use to do your expenses. You can use to take care of your revenue. I can't go into the details of that right now. You can use to do your expenses, your revenue. What is revenue? Money that you generate. You can use to track it. Somebody bought something today. Instead of you writing in ledger, use Google Sheets to keep track of product SKU 1, 5 yards, 3,000. Dates, when did they bought it? SKU 2, SKU 3, when they bought it. Revenue, expenses in your business. If you're a business owner, you're not tracking your expenses right now. Go and open Google Sheet right now and keep it. You bought 10 naira pure water, put it. You bought broom to sweep your store, put it. You bought recharge card, put it. Every expense you spend, put it on that Google Sheet. At the end of the month, you come there, you click it and say, okay, I spent 500 on data. I spent 10 naira on entertainment. I spent this thing on equipment. That way you are structuring your business just using Google Sheets. That way the following month you say, it is airtime that carried my money. Who was I calling with this airtime? I was calling customer. Did that customer end up buying? You say, okay, if the customer bought, that airtime makes sense. Or let's say you now give your sales girl a phone. They did not call any customer, but still 5,000 naira credits finished. That way, if you tracked it, you will realize that 5,000 naira just wasted in your business. Because why? You did not track it. What you don't track, you cannot scale. Please take note of that. What you don't track, you cannot scale. When you are not even tracking how much you are making, how do you scale it? So 3 things, I'm going to stop there, that you can use Google Sheets for. You can use it to track what? Inventory. You can use it to track your revenue, your expenses. You can use it to keep whatever records that you want in other businesses. Now, let's go back to the Google Workspace. I said there are 4 major things I want to talk about in the Google Workspace. The second one is Google Documents. Google Documents, see, if I open a Google Documents, how can you use Google Documents in your business? I talked about this at length in SFWFS, SOPs. What are SOPs? Standard operating procedures. What is a standard operating procedure? It simply means how you do things in your business. It doesn't matter what the activity is. Let me give you something as simple as, when you get to your store in the morning, how do you open your store? You are a fashion designer. What do you do when you get to your store in the morning? First, I open the outside padlock and open the door. Write it number 1. That is your SOP. How to open store in the morning. That is an SOP. You will now put it here. What's the name of this SOP? How to open store in the morning. SOP, standard operating procedure. I've typed it. Number 1, open the front door and put the mannequin and open the front door. Number 2, take the broom behind the shelf and sweep the front yard. You are seeing it. If it is Harmattan season, use water to wash the front yard. You see, I am making this thing as explanatory as possible. If I show you how many SOPs we have in my business, I've lost count though. There is SOP for everything. There is SOP for what? Everything. In fact, let me come and show you, just so that you have an idea. Why? Your business processes has to be repeatable. Now, what is the essence of typing this thing on Google Doc? My sister, you can send the link to anybody, to anywhere. You don't have to carry paper. Even if you are not there, you are a 9 to 5, you run a business, and your sales girl is resuming. You don't even have to be there. Just tell Aboki, you see this key, give this salesperson when they come. When they open the door, you say, sales girl, take this link. You can read and write. Read number 1 to 5. Follow it. I said I wanted to show you something, right? Just give me 1 minute. I will show you what I'm talking about when it comes to SOPs. Let me share a new screen that I use Google Documents for. We have so many SOPs. Let me show you the drive of where all my team members. You know, when I was talking about Google this thing the other time, Google folders, I have folder for everything. I have folder for my staff. I have folder for content team. I have folder for sales team. I have folder for everything. Meaning, what is a folder? Meaning, everything that is alike in a particular, let's say, of course, all content, when we want to work content together, it means that every member of my staff that is in the content team have access to this content folder. And I'll soon show you how to share. But I want to show you SOP first. Let me show you this SOP. Inside this, my staff folder, this staff now created what? SOP folder. Now, inside this SOP folder, I want to show you a sample. On the WFS, I taught in details how to create SOP. That one is not this thing. If you want to learn how to create SOP, that'll be, I think, module 5, this thing. Under structure model. Under structured model, I talked about how to create SOPs. Let me find this SOP. SOP can be for anything. Meaning anything I want somebody else to be able to do without me shouting. Or say, can't you remember I told you, my sister, I refer you to a paper because I've done the work once. You see this thing? My SOP, standard operating procedure for Airtable weekly deliverables. You can imagine. If I click another one, you will say SOP on how to go live on Instagram. There is SOP for everything. I am not joking. In my business, why? The process has to be repeatable. Let me show you. How many of you are a member of our Q&A session in the GET community? Our Q&A session. You know, you are there Wednesday and Friday. And we say, ask your question. There is a standard operating procedure for what we do during that session. This is it. We say standard operating procedure for Q&A sessions on WhatsApp group. What does it mean? What do we do It means that if a staff resume this week, I give them this document, they can do the Q&A. Because I have outlined everything they need to do. Can you see it? What is the objective of this document? For again, how an SOP should be structured is on WFS. So that one, I'm not going into it, but it must have an objective, scope, and all those things. Responsibility, community management, this is who is responsible. Like everything is detailed in my SOP for my business. Where do we type it? On a Google document. I'm just showing you a sample of one thing. What are the other things I use my Google documents for? Now, here is what happens. A new staff joins me, for instance, and they need this SOP. I click share. Simple. I click on share. As I click on share, staff, you have email. Even if my staff does not have email, I will create. Do you know how many emails I have on my team? I've lost count. When a staff joins me, they don't have email or that they can use to this thing. And I want to be the one that will be controlling that email, but they will have access to it. I just say, okay, what is their work? Customer care. I put iTrainAfrica customer care at gmail.com. You will be working from that Google space. You'll be working from that Google space. But it's me that opened the Gmail. If I tell you how many Gmail accounts I have, it is nothing less than 12. Why? It is free to use. It is free to what? To use. You see it? I just click this and I copy link. Baka. Auntie that just resumed. We have take this link. Go and use. The person, Tosin, resumed in this role. She only needs to read SOP and start answering questions on the community. Why? There is a proper document on what to do. What else can you use Google Documents for in your business? You see all this, I don't know about you. If your business does not have an introductory document, meaning this is who we are, this is our vision, this is where we are going, that kind of thing, that is what is called an introductory document. Again, you type it on a Google document. There are so many other functions, but I'm just going to mention these two that is related to business right now, which is what? Creating SOPs. How to create SOPs, whether it is for a single task or for a project, was covered on the WFS. Let's go to the third tool, collaborative work tool, that is important in the Google Workspace. All these Google Workspace tools, I talk about this extensively on WFS. Third thing that I said was important is what? Google Forms. Google Forms as a business owner should be your 5 and 6. If I click here, there is nothing we want to do that we don't collect form, collect questionnaire. We have form, The number of forms we have, Hey, I've lost count. Again, how to create Google Form, or you can create it from is in detail. But I want to show you an example of a typical thing you should use Google Form for. Before we start any products in my business, any product whatsoever, if you are joining me on Facebook on this thing, you can join me on Zoom. Check the comment section. You will see the link to the Zoom. I'm sharing my screen on Zoom. And you can join our Get community if you want to constantly get information about this kind of sessions. Now, Zoom, what's it called? Google Form. Let me come here. You see these 9 dots? This thing. I click it again. I want to now scroll down so you can see the Google Forms. Example, there is absolutely no product we want to start that we don't first collect information. We must collect information. Do you like this? Do you like that? We don't start a product without asking if you want or if you don't want. You run a knowledge business, for instance. You are not collecting Google Form. Google, what's it called? Feedback. Your customers in your business, it doesn't matter the business you run. Create a feedback form and say, As they deliver to them, of course, let's say you set up your business, customer experience. As they say, Auntie, I'm happy. Thank you very much. Please, can you help us fill this Google form? When I'm running my fabric business, my customers used to fill 2 things for me. Google form, and they will drop me a Google review. That is the next thing. The first thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to the Google things. Again, I think I covered about 12 in WFS, but let me just mention 4 here. Google My Business is the 4th thing I mentioned on WFS that is very key to you. You see, I'm mentioning these Google Workspace tools and how they relate to your business, how it can help you improve efficiency, help you scale, avoid people from stealing, and can also help you look like a serious person in front of your clients. How does efficiency improve? Use Google Sheets. You are not asking, how many do I have left? Oh, you know how many you have left. You know when to call supplier. Customer is not dragging you. You have a meeting with customer, you are sewing clothes. You agree on something, you send them an email with summary immediately to say, we agreed upon. Please confirm this is correct. And customer reads and says, yes, it is correct. So at the day the customer come and collect, no, I did not say puff sleeve. You say you and who? Refer to the email. Email does not get lost. All this business sense, I learned it when I was doing my fabric business. When you work with premium clients, you will need to have structured approach to doing things. It is when you collect maybe 10,000 or small money from people. You say, hey, I can afford to give them back. You are collecting plenty money, which give money back. You need to be clear about what we agreed upon, and it is not hard. It is not hard. Even if you are having a virtual meeting with that client, as this meeting is going on like this meeting is being recorded, and the summary of this meeting, AI is taking it for me. After the meeting, send it to me. Part of what I taught in WFS is how to have AI to join meetings with you and to give you summary after. I think I taught them how to use that using Otter AI and all that stuff. If you check my students, when they come to meetings, they join with their AI so that they can have a summary. Again, digitalize your process, especially if you're a one-man business. Use digital tools and software. Don't say, madam, I don't even have time. I'll now first write summary to confirm. It's a lie. Join WFS, learn how to use AI to join meeting with you. So that AI can give you summary. It is that summary you send to clients via email. It is not hard. It is because you are not using digital tools to support your operations. You say, I'm always this thing, that customer. I see your thank you message. There's a thank you message. One thing again, let me show you something. There is a Google document where we have messages, like messages that we send to people. Let me find it. See this thing, introductory message. I want to show you something. Introductory message. Part of our SOP. When people join, I want to show you that every message we send to people in our business, we have it documented on Google Documents somewhere. If somebody is new staff, like join me now, I just give you the documents, go and use it to welcome community. Why some of you will say staff is going, staff is coming, I don't understand. Don't you document all these things? It takes me less than 1 week to train a staff. The remaining is SOP. We move. Welcome message that we send to people on our community. If a new staff join, they know what, they will just copy it. They change the name. Can you see it? Welcome message. So in your this thing, let's say after you deliver to a client, there should be a document that says thank you message. As in all messages you use in your correspondence, the message I used to say, we have, look, you see this Google Workspace that I stored everything on this Google Drive inside different folders. There's one folder, messages, one folder, this, one folder, that. Inside that folder, you have the same Google documents. Like saying, welcome message for alumni, welcome message for this, welcome message. You will see plenty. Once I create it once, I store it. You are seeing it. Important links, WhatsApp alumni message. You are seeing it. I'm not teaching you what I don't pray. When you are looking, Dr. Demisola, like, how she managing the whole thing? How she see? There is standard operating procedure. Once I compose message once, it becomes a standard. It becomes a what? Standard. We just, from time to time, if it's no more relevant, and these documents cannot get lost. There is something I show people on WFS that even if you have misplaced a document, you can retrieve it, version history. So far, it is on Google Documents. If there was an Excel sheet I edited, I'd edited it several times. I remember that I needed something in the previous version. I just went to version history and clicked on 17 versions ago. It restored it for me. Imagine if you were doing manual and your normal Excel sheet that is on your laptop, that is not on cloud. It is not a Google Workspace. It is not stored in cloud. Will you retrieve that version? No, it is gone. Whenever people ask me about, I say, will Microsoft Excel do the same thing on your laptop, the one you have downloaded on your laptop? Can it help you input inventory? Yes. But is it helping you to update on the go as you are editing here? It is not doing that. Can you access it if you don't have your laptop? I can go to work, my work like this in the morning and forget my laptop at home. I'll be going to work. You know why? Any laptop that can access my browser, that can access my email, it has become workspace for me. Any device, it doesn't even have to be a laptop. I just need to log into my email, and I will add, once I showed you now, once I log into my email, I have access to my drive, because I will just click these 9 dots, bam, click on drive, everything is there. So my work is everywhere I go. I do not absolutely need to carry and say, hey, I forgot my laptop, I cannot work today. You are home. So far I have access to my email, I have access to work. It doesn't matter where I go. You know, I noticed I was saying that my laptop is hanging. My work laptop, my typical work laptop, my Dell, he decided to pack up. I picked up another one. I've logged into my email. And that's it. And I'm showing you all these things right now. I have multiple browsers. If you are wondering what browser, I explained the details what browsers are on WFS. I have browser for i3 Africa. I have browser for myself as a different Google Chrome, because for all the emails I have access to different browsers. It means that I'll open this one here, I'll open that one here on the same laptop. If I show you my entire screen, you will see multiple. I have for i3 Africa, for my personal email, for GMC, for Intense, for this, for that. I have all that. All of them free with storage. With what? Storage. Even if a staff has left me, since, can you see Ganiat? Ganiat was with us in 2023. This is 2025. Our folder is still here. Chinenye left me in September last year. Our folder is still here. I can access anything I want to. But you'll be keeping your things, and I say, I don't know where. Why? Like, a staff cannot leave me and I don't know where things are. Because in the first place, you are working from my Google Drive. Everything you create is inside my Google Drive. So everything I only need to sit down and go through your distance. And for everybody that joins me, I teach them how to then organize their folders. That is why you will see inside this Chinenye's folder now, you will see that inside that folder, after all the whatever she has, she now created a separate folder inside that folder for SOP. So when I'm looking for an SOP, I can guarantee you it is inside one of the folders, that SOP folder. If I'm looking for anything that is concerning any of my other staff, maybe I'm looking for, let me see, Aishat Ibrahim, and whatever it is, it will be inside here. I am looking for, not this. Okay, I think Aisha has created multiple. I'm looking for Esther. Esther is my intern that worked with us this thing. I will see it here. Doesn't matter how long. Now that is a thought. Of course, the Google Workspace, which is you clicking Google Drive, that you can then use to create folders. I've talked about what? The Google Workspace itself, which contains all the, when you say workspace, it means this place is your Google Workspace that contains all these apps, whether it is a folder, it is a Gmail, it contains Google Meet for meeting, your calendar, all this. I cannot explain everything today. I'm just speaking for. Now I've talked about 3: Google Documents, Google Sheets, your Google form. I say collect information, use it to collect feedback from your customer. Use it to do research before you do a product. You'll be surprised. Some of you just wake up in the morning. I want to start a business. What's that business about? I want to sell shoe and bag. Let me just refer to that. And I'll say, oh, have you sampled people's opinion? Say, no, the business will sell. I say, how do you know? Did you create a Google form? Use it to create a survey. Give the link to people. Please fill this thing for me. Did you create a Google form? Fill this thing for me. Do you know how many surveys we create when we are starting a product? We will send it to you. You see this one, customer feedback. You are seeing this thing. Customer feedback. We have forms, We have forms, so that when we need to make a decision, we come to this thing that you people are giving to us, and we see all the responses you are giving. Huh? Oh, this one now is a blank form. As in, if you want to use to create customer feedback, you can see it is a template on Google. Customer feedback. You can type anything. How to create forms, the specific box to use, again, is detailed on WFS, but you can use to create anything. Or do you like it? Do you not like it? If you are doing a feedback form for your customers that you are going to send to them after, let's say, they have received your product, and let's say, please, can you kindly use and say 2 minutes? It's a 2 minutes or 1 minute feedback form. Yes, no kind of this thing. I say, what other comments? That's all. It does not matter, even if you've been using that feedback form for years. How do you analyze responses? I covered that in details too. Let me show you. I'm looking for a feedback form that maybe has responses, so you can see what I'm talking about when I say analyze the responses. When people respond, again, you see that Google Sheet you are running away from, that you don't want to learn how to use. When people respond, the response is going to come in form of a what? In form of a what? Google Sheet. Again, the response will come in form of a what? A Google Sheet. Where you cannot run away from Google Sheets. You can't, because if you collect feedback from people, all the responses is going to come as a what? Let me give you an example now. This is batch 3. Skewed for what we had in. I think this is batch 3. I don't know if this is the form they filled. No, this is not the form. I think this was just a sample. The form they filled is on SAW. Let me find the form that has responses on this drive, because again, we have different, let me see if I'm looking for the form we have used on this thing that has feedback. You see the customer feedback form. Are you seeing it? How many responses are you seeing? How many are you seeing? 355. You are not joking here. If we want to start today and come and be publishing, how many days are in a year? 356. And I say, I go to this feedback and I want to start publishing feedback, the good ones. One every day. I will use 1 year to exhaust it. 1 year for some of you. And some of you, another advantage of collecting survey from your customers and entrepreneurs using this feedback form, survey form by this thing, is what? When you want to apply for grants, you'll be asking, Doc, how come you've won plenty global opportunities? How come this thing? I monitor my data. Okay? I monitor my data. Forget all this thing that you are seeing on the outside. Give me 1 minute. Am I still in this meeting? I think I'm frozen. Please indicate if you can still hear me. Indicate if you can still. Let me stop. Okay. Now I'm not frozen. As I was saying, When you are applying for grants, and some of you be saying, I don't know what to put. I say, expenses, you are not tracking. Revenue, you are not tracking. Customer feedback, you are not tracking. How will you show them data now? How will you show them data? You think they came here to play? So the small things. So at the end of the day, you are stuck. You cannot even apply for a grant because you don't have data. When you want to say we are impacting, we are changing people's life, we sew cloth for plus size women, and these plus size women before they have what are they calling it? They have self-esteem issue because people don't always make fine clothes for them. But my brand now makes clothes for plus size people, and see their numerous feedback. After we started clothing them, their confidence improved. How will you show the people in grants that you have that when you did not use feedback? And you know what makes it authentic when we are talking about this feedback? Eh? We have receipts. We will show it. We will screenshot. You are seeing our responses. You are seeing our responses. As I click on responses, you see the way Google is analyzing it for me. I copy this thing, go and put it. The next tool I wanted to show you is Google Slide. I'll go and create a Google Slide, copy all this information, dump it there. It presents my pitch deck. That is another Google tool you must know how to do. You want to win grants, you don't have pitch deck. You cannot use Google Slides to create pitch deck. What are you talking about? You see, I have just only mentioned Google Workspace tonight. And I talked a bit. Google Workspace is module 3 on WFS. How to structure is module 5 on WFS. I have not even mentioned 10. I think we did 10 or 12 on that thing. Of course, we showed you 17, then we went in depth into 12. We talked about Google My Business and all those things. I've not even scratched the surface of digital tools. Are you seeing? We just use this one to collect what? Can you see it? Would you like to learn a no-code tech skill? Can you say 99.4% said yes? So before we launched Skilled for Work Academy, we had data. We did not just wake up and we launch it. And we are thinking, can you see it? What would you like to learn? I want to show you these responses. You are seeing the different things. Content creation, this one, digital market, executive assistant. You see that executive assistant, can you see it had the highest votes. Executive assistant, digital marketing has the highest votes next to content creation. Then we talk about this one. That is what informed the courses we created first at the academy. Don't get it twisted. You are not seeing the back end. You are not seeing how businesses are using digital tools, skills, softwares to grow. You think it's just by coming online and dancing. I've not even talked about how you can then use digital tools and software to then, that one is a whole course on its own. Like it is a whole course I'm going to create, like digital marketing for businesses. Like that one, I'm not even ready to create it yet. I'm just thinking about the fundamentals that every business, it doesn't matter what you are saying, because this is free access. Is it feedback form? You can create it by creating. You don't know how to do it, please join WFS. Is it SOP? You can create it on Google. You don't know how to do it, join WFS. See, those are just Google tools. Only Google tools, 4 Google tools. It is only like they are, like I said, I was going to mention 6 different categories, but I was going to treat one in depth. I have treated one in depth, which is what collaborative work tools. Other things you can use this thing for, apart from collaborative work tools, which I've talked in depth about Google Workspace, you can also use it for analysis. Are you that person that you are not tracking your expense and this thing? You can use Google Analytics to do all those things so that you can know how much you are spending. Are you being profitable? When you use Google Sheets to track your expenses, you need to track your revenue. Let's say in a month, I can say, I made 100,000 this month. I made 1 million this month. I made 10 million this month. Whereas you did not calculate the expenses. By the time you sit down and calculate it, let's say you use 9 million to do expenses, you say you made 10 million. That means your entire profit is 1 million on top of that. Like, do you understand me? That is another thing you can use your digital distance. Again, simple. There are templates online, safe. Even if you like, don't trade WFS. You say, I don't want to pay. It's fine. To say, what do I need to track in my revenue? What do I need to track in my expenses? Use Google Sheet to track it. Of course, you can use it. Digital tools for your social media. I cannot, like I said, I cannot even, it's not what I want to start. Another thing, out of the tools I've taught you today, which is Google Sheet, you can use it to keep track of your customer data. In my in my dairy fabrics business, as in that my long 15 years business, I have all my customer data stored on a sheet. I have everything on a Google Sheet. Name, phone number, on a sheet. If internet let it tomorrow, say, as in all this Facebook, as in they say this thing, nothing. Let me give you a perfect example. How many of you have noticed that if you go and look for iTrain Africa on Instagram, you will not find us? This is the first time I'm mentioning it publicly since the beginning of this year. They brought down our page on January 5. Instagram page, I had over 14,000 followers. Absolutely no reason. You know, typical business owners sometimes that they lose their page, you know what they'll be doing? You know what they'll be doing? They would have started to record videos online, crying everywhere and be doing this thing. Is it painful? Yes. Well, you know why I have not sat down to be crying? I have a customer list of over 70,000 people from across Africa. Email list, phone number. So while people are really concentrating on growing their social media following, I am concentrating my efforts on growing. So there's an Excel sheet like this, 70,000 people that I can send email to, that I collected. I use money to acquire, like giving them free things. I put them on my list. It does not matter the business you do. If you have to manually collect, tell your sales girl, if you have sales girl, to say, for every customer that visits my shop, and you don't have to collect this manually. You see that Google form that I just showed you? That Google form that I just showed you now, you can use it to collect it. Just put name, email, phone number. I say, auntie, please, quickly, help us put your name here. Bam, it has stored it. Quickly, help us put your name here. Bam, it has stored it. It will just be storing it for you. All you need is phone. Because how do you then send this link to somebody? How do you share it? It is not hard. Just click on this thing. You've gone to Google Form from your this thing. Copy link. That is all. Copy this link. You can even shorten this link. This link is too long. Copy it and say, there you go. Fill it. Right there. And just fill it. It's just your name, your phone number. This is how we don't lose it. It does, if you like, collect that information since 5 years ago. It will still be on the sheets. The day you need it, you go there, you collect it. The day they say, oh, one thing happened, Instagram went down, you have your customer details. You can always reach them. There are some of my customers since 19 forever in dairy fabrics. If I want to reach them now, I'll just sit and get an Excel sheet, send them all of them an email. I will reconnect. I have talked about forms, sheets. Google Slide is the next thing I said I wanted to mention, which was what? To create presentation. But you want to win grants, you cannot use Google Slide, and you want to scale your business. Especially if you're a woman and you are African, you can. What do you mean you cannot create slides? When Google Slide, click on new like this. Google Slide has templates, berekete. Plenty. Your inability to use it will not even let you near grants. It will not let you what? Near grants. You can start from the beginning. Can you see? Templates. Can you see? Investor pitch deck. If I want to do pitch deck now, I just click on this one. Bam. I use this template. I start to do plug and play. But some of you cannot even do this thing. You know what? You don't have expense. You don't have revenue. You don't have anything you are tracking. How will you do this pitch deck? What makes you unique? All these things. I say revenue data 2020. I'm trying to show you this thing. You are seeing it. You did not track. You are saying, how did they plot this thing? It's not hard though. If you give me value right now on the Excel sheet, I will plot this graph. If I click on this thing, it will just tell me to input the value. That's all. The value I want on an Excel sheet to plot this thing. So when some of you are asking, what did I teach on WFS? These are the kind of basics I taught to how to do this thing that people call simple, but people don't even know how to do it. You say, what exactly are you teaching? I'm not teaching you coding. I'm teaching you the things you will need in every single day of your life, in running a business, in being a professional, in being a 9-to-5er, in being a freelancer, in being an academic. You will need it every day, at least if you intend to grow. It is only a person that doesn't want to grow that will not need his workplace skills. And I am not joking. I say it does not matter the nature of your business. It is a physical or it is a service, it is a distinct. It is the same. I have shown you now how I've used response. I'm like we are an edtech, right? We sell courses. It's not physical. And I've also shown you how to use these things for physical products. The question now is, why have you not learned? Oh, doc, I did not know there was a curriculum that existed. I did the work for you. I used 3 years to start to create WFS. I said, now I first sold it at 300,000 in 2023. And I said, let's look at it. Let's bring it down by 75% and let everybody at least have access. So whenever I now ask people, madam, I took 75%. Me, I am paying 75%. You pay 25%. And people now tell me, I say, it is because you don't know what you are losing. If you knew what you did not know that you are losing with regards to your work, you would have taken it when it was 300,000. You will tell me you will see a grant, $1,000, $5,000. You cannot apply. Why? Not create slide. Why? You don't know how to use Google Sheets. Why? You don't even have any data. You don't know how, but you will still be telling yourself that starting with $50 to learn basic skills is not an investment for you. They will say one grant, Tony Elumelu is currently open. Tony Elumelu for business is open. Grant, $5,000. My sister will still pass it by. Why? She cannot operate basic digital tools. Ask yourself, does he think about it? Like, someone is offering to give me a program of $50 that was $300 so that I can learn the kind of things that can help me go and look ahead and structure my business so I have peace of mind, so that they start stealing my products. But I say, no, I want to do it like that. I want to keep doing what I am doing. And I'm like, are you serious? Really? Is it that you don't understand what you don't even have an idea of what you don't know that you need to know? Which is why I always organize these lives. I say people are not even aware of what they don't know. So they don't, when somebody, they always say ignorance is bliss. When you don't know what you don't know, you think there is nothing out there. You think that is, you think what you know is the end of the world. The day you now see, you will want to cry. That is why I keep organizing this free live session. You must even first understand that there is something you don't know. It is when you know there is something you don't know, you can now say, oh, let me invest in learning it. And whenever I say invest, I do not just mean money. You will have to invest your money and your time. I told somebody in the last lecture session, I said, if you're a kind of person, I am not selling you a course. I am selling you what will change your life. I'm not selling you course. This one is like, you need the things that I'm teaching you to do your life every day in the digital space. So it is practically like a life upgrade in whatever it is you are doing. Like, there was somebody in batch one of the BFS that said, doc, she's Ghanaian. Sandra. He said, doc, I took Module 2 and I went to restructure my business. Just because in that particular WFS, I shared with them, this one I'm just creating from scratch, I shared with them a sample of my product-based business, that is my fabric business. I shared with them my inventory, what exactly I do on my inventory. I shared with them also a sample of what I do in my current business, which is my product-based business. So why did I introduce myself well at the beginning? I have experience in product business. I have experience in service business because I was doing garment production bespoke. I have experience in technology-based business, which is iTrain Africa. I've been doing now. This is the 5th year. My experience is really wide. So talk about any kind of business. I can tell you the operations of it and the workplace skills you will need for it. I keep telling people, Aisha, who is my admin, who is here, she was my sales girl at my fabric business. Based on the skills I taught her to use in that business, she transitioned to become my admin support when I started iTrain Africa. Same skill set, these foundational workplace skills. She simply transferred the skill set to start supporting me in my tech-based business. Whenever I tell people that when she joined, she didn't even have a secondary school certificate, they're like, are you serious? I say, I'm not joking. So it is not a question of how many schools you have gone to. If she could learn it, you can learn it. If you see her doing the inventory, like she will be sitting at iTrain Africa, even after, because when I transitioned her, we needed to get another sales girl to run my fabric business. The sales girl was just in the store. Aisha was still the one controlling the sales girl. You know why? Because she had all the inventory. Like she could access it. When the girl said something, like she could understand what the girl was doing. She could carry out audits. She didn't have to physically sit in the store to be managing my fabric business. From procurement to SKUs to this thing, she didn't have to physically sit. Why? I had taught her how to manage it virtually. So whenever you tell me your education, I said, I'm not sure there's anybody in this room right now that did not finish secondary school. So technically, book-wise, you are better than Aisha, academic-wise. If it is about book. Well, I can almost bet you, when it comes to skills-wise, you may, maybe there's none in this room that is better than her in terms of the skills you can use for work. She taught the master's degree holders that came to my, right? What am I even talking about? Even when people still join me now with masters, Aisha is walking them through what they need to do. Skills will always sell academic qualifications and collect change. Let's be clear. The things I know now, I didn't know. I said I have a mini MBA from International Finance Corporation. My sister, it is not there that I learned all these things. It is from experience, doing work, employing labor, both in my fashion business and in this business, that I used to gather this sense. You think they taught me pitch deck in this thing? No, I was applying for it myself. You think they taught me SOP in my mini MBA? No, I learned that one. I always tell people I have not seen a rival of WFS outside. You know why? You will not find it. You would hardly find a tutor that has a PhD, that is an academic, that understands the academic and research and all that stuff, who is also an entrepreneur for over 15 years in both products and service in different industries, and someone who has then worked internationally to understand what they want in the global workspace, combined in one person, and an employer of labor. So I have thought about the different things that I need my employees to have because I'm an employer of labor in different sectors, what they demanded me to have for me to get my international rules, what I needed to scale my businesses and package them, and said, this is what anybody would need, irrespective of profession. Now, for your profession, you cannot go and start learning the specific of your profession, but talking about the foundational skills that everybody needs is what I call WFS. And this is just You see what I just showed you tonight? It's just 4 lessons. 4 lessons of 70 lessons on WFS. 4 lessons. Those 4 lessons are in Moodle 2, Google Tools. You can go and check the free version. Moina, please find the free version for me. Drop it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. 4 lessons. So start asking yourself, if she explained 4 lessons throughout now, what else don't I know? Just think about it. If she explained 4 lessons, and I can use these 4 lessons to change my business in certain areas, what else don't I know? Ignorance is not bliss. When people tell you ignorance is bliss, it's a lie. You think you don't know something, it's okay not to, after I don't know what I don't know. You are not ready to grow. What you don't know does not kill you. I say it's a lie. What you don't know can kill you. Because you will be struggling. When people are using digital tools, you'll be saying, but this is my friend, it's only her that is in the business. She has used digital tools. She comes to a meeting. She comes with AI. When you are finishing writing minutes, you are using 4 hours to write minutes of meeting, so you can send it to your clients. Your friend has used AI to send it to a meeting. That 4 hours, your friend has gone to use it, has gone to use ChatGPT to say, ChatGPT, I want to create online content for my this thing, ChatGPT, which is AI. I am a something business owner. Your friend has learned. One of the things I taught on the WFS is how to prompt ChatGPT. What is prompting AI? You know, how to tell AI to create something for you. If I prompt, that rubbish, people will be writing ChatGPT content, and you know it's ChatGPT. It is not me. I have trained AI to talk like me. Because I have so many original contents that I've used to say, AI, this is me. AI, I am this. AI, I am the founder of this. AI, I am this. I have told AI so many things about me, giving it various content. I have trained it. Now, when I want to talk to my whether it's Meta AI, anyone, I just say, hello, Meta, I remember I'm the founder of this thing. This is what I want to do. You remember the shares I told you about? You would think I'm talking to a human being. What do you think? And to give you the solution. So where you are sitting down, you are brainstorming, what do I do as a business owner? What will I write today? AI has created my contents. Maybe for the whole week, you are there, you are struggling. Digital tools, knowledge, and skills is a must-have for a business owner. It is non-negotiable. So I'm going to pause and take questions from the comment section and see how I can. You can also use I'm going to stop sharing my screen and pause. I thought I was going to be able to cover Google My Business, but we've already spent 1 hour, 43 minutes. So I don't want to exceed 2 hours in this meeting. So let me take questions for the remaining of the 15 minutes. I apologize for the my battery is quite low too, and I hope this takes me through the session. Thank you. I'm a member. Okay, I can hear you. Yes, I can still hear you, ma. You can view what was covered in each module here. Okay. Yes, from Abidjan, ma. Please, our office workers are here. Sorry. Someone, you sent me a direct message, but I'm not sure what that means. I'm replying. I'm not sure what that means. Please, can you expatiate? I'm not sure. I know you are trying to pass me a message, but I'm not sure what that means. So, Ms. Tura Adeniji, please go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
My name is Adeniji from Lagos, Nigeria. I think I have 3 questions to ask you. I've been an entrepreneur. Yeah, I used to call myself trader, but you see anybody that is selling their entrepreneur. So I'm claiming that I'm an entrepreneur. I'm into sewing material. I'm selling sewing material. Before I was selling frozen food. Let me start from there. I was selling frozen food, but due to health challenge, I have to lay it off. Though I tried to look for people to come and be helping me sell it, but I realized that they wanted to be collecting the money I was not making, so I just lay it off. I chose my health over money making. What I want to bring up from there was that when you were talking about collecting information of your customer, that time I was selling a particular product they call beef trimmings, and people love it. They love it. I live in a place that I can call a semi-village. It's a resettlement area. So they love buying that beef trimmings. We don't usually get much from where we are getting it from. So I used to tell people, please, can I have your number so that anytime it is available, I can call you. They will look at me as if I want to use their number to do juju. So they used to behave strangely. So it is difficult in my area to collect any customer's number.
Incentivize it.
Ma?
Incentivize it. When I say incentivize it, you know what I mean by incentivize it? Whatever it is
No.
you are selling, let me give you an instance. Like we'll say, we typically document the number of sales, as in number of times people have bought from us in every year. And every year, the people that bought the highest, we give them something. They will be dropping. Every time they buy, they'll be saying, please record my name. Or I bought now, I bought 2, I bought 3. Record it against. It is then I'll be saying, record it against my name. Like, incentivize it. Attach something to the number collection. That's the same thing we do at iTrain Africa. Do you think I just come and meet and say, give me your email? You will not give me. But when I give you something free that is of value to you, you will give me your contact. That is what you call in digital marketing, you call it lead magnets. You give something of value to someone to collect something of value that you need.
Our place is not like that, though. Then, secondly, you said in fact, I can say I understand more the way using the Google spreadsheets. But in my own case now, I'm now more focused on sewing material, stationaries, all the small things. How am I going to itemize them?
Have you joined WFS?
Let's
Tura, have you done WFS?
Sewing thread, for instance.
Have you done WFS?
It's only a picture. Ma?
Ms. Tura, have you done WFS?
Yes, I'm one of the about 5.
Go to module, the module where I talked about Google Sheets. The sheet I used there was on my fabric business. And in my fabric business, I used to sell, what's it called? Tailoring materials. Go back to that lesson.
Okay.
I don't need to talk too much. Go back to that lesson. I showed you clearly on that Excel sheet, my fabrics, my this. There was another sheet I now showed you when I was explaining that thing that add tailoring materials. I used to document it. You can document any business. It does not matter what it is.
Okay.
You just need to give it SKU, which is storekeeping units. Go back to that lesson.
Okay, ma. I will go back to it. Then the last one that I think I want to ask, what is the difference between Microsoft Word and I know that Microsoft Word and Google Docs do the same thing, but I realized that I cannot use Google Doc without data, but I can use Microsoft Word without data. But is there any more benefits to be using Google Doc over Microsoft Word?
I just talked about it when I was doing this thing. I said, one, you can use Microsoft without data, Abby, but you will use it without data. It means that you forget your property somewhere, you cannot access it. It's not online. I would never use any tool that is not cloud-based. Any digital tool I use is always cloud-based. What does it mean to be cloud-based? It means that it is not stored on a physical device. It is stored in the cloud.
Okay.
meaning that anywhere I am, so far I have a device and internet, I can access it. The Canva for design, I taught you on that thing. Canva, anywhere you are, won't you access a Canva design before you log into your accounts? Yes. Google, anywhere you are, before you log into your account with internet? Yes. But Microsoft Excel, you save it on your system. Did they steal it? What will you do? Did the system crash? What will you do? I would say it again and again. Do not use digital tools that are not cloud-based. Which is why you saw on my course. Like, you didn't see me teach Microsoft this thing or this thing. Why? These sheets, they have similar functions now. But guess what? Do you ever hear me say, I am working on Microsoft this thing? My system now went off. Yay! I did not save it. It cannot happen to me. Because I am typing on Google. As you are typing, it is automatically saving online. If the system like die, that's saved. The advantages is like night and day.
Okay. I didn't mean I have started. Okay. Oh, now I'm already using Microsoft Word and Co. Can I transfer
Upload
it?
it. I'm going to share, like there's no this thing. In fact, especially for people that are using that are working in offices. Let me show you.
Okay.
Any document I have at all, and I cover this on the WFS, simply upload it. It's not like upload the document you already have, store it on Drive, store it on cloud. It's that simple.
Okay.
Google Drive, the Google Workspace. Google Drive is your Google Workspace. That thing that I was showing you, the first place here, all my document, all my office document is stored on Drive. It's stored on my Google Drive, everything. I click on addition. It will say, add new folder, add file upload folder. I can upload a whole folder from my system.
Okay.
If I say upload folder, now let's say it's upload file. I'm already working on a file on my system. I click on file upload. I go and look for the file on my system. I upload it to Google Drive and continue it here. I don't have anything on my like I understand my laptop just only for nothing. It is empty. Every of my work is online. Is stored in this my Google Drive. Everything is stored online. That is why I wonder when people, even professionals, I'm saying you are storing things on your device, on your hardware. So it will crash, you start crying. It will this thing, you start crying. As I don't understand. You must always store something in cloud. Anything, I go to my desktop, okay, what file am I looking for? This iTrain Africa, this thing I downloaded today, BAM, Global Mentorship Conference, I put it, I download, it goes to Drive straight. When I upload it to Drive, I arrange it, I create a folder. Let's say it's a picture of this thing. This one now, budget, iTrain Africa Foundation. The budget we have, I put it there. You can see it's an Excel sheet. BAM, I upload it to Drive. It has uploaded. If I call my coordinator now at the foundation and say, Gania, I uploaded the budget for iTrain Africa Foundation onto Google Drive. Look at it, edit it. You will see now. She will start editing it from where she is. I don't have to start saying, come to my office tomorrow, go and collect full file. I don't understand. For what? That is why it is called collaborative work tool. Make your life easy. Upload the file. Let people that want to help you work with you on it.
Okay.
It is called collaborative work tool. Once it is on your drive, anybody that you give link, you see this thing I uploaded now. Let's see it. You see it? It is already on my drive. It is what? Already on my drive. If I give the link to you now, I drop this link, you can work with me on it.
Okay,
do you understand? It is on Drive. I don't need. Can you see Google Sheets? Google Sheets will open it for you, whether you have been typing it under Excel or whatever. Doesn't matter. As in when people say they're using Microsoft, I say, I don't understand. You don't have data. You don't have data. What is wrong with you? Like, are you serious? So you now say laptop shuts down. It's died. It's died. This. They stole it. Ha! What will happen?
Okay.
You now start crying.
I can understand now.
I can never lose a document. It is not possible. I'm telling you the facts. I don't think I've ever lost a document since they stole my bag when I was doing MS in 2010. And I did not stop. That was the end. I will not try it again. I cannot try it. All my property is stored in my Google Drive. which is one of the things I also taught you on the course, is Google Authenticator. Because I know my property is stored online, there is now a lesson I taught of the year that was talking about Google Authenticator. You must do two-factor authentication for all your accounts, so it is not easily hackable. Somebody is asking me, for you people that are 9 to 5 hours or office this thing, how do you use it as apart from business owner? It is because as in the last session was strictly for professionals, and I'm concentrating on trying to explain how business owners can use Google Workplace System. But for professionals, let me just say, for you, like, is it from how you, as in using Zoom meetings, using Google Documents, using whatever, all these Google tools, it's like, see, we can still say professionals, business owners, there will be some that they will use, and there will be some they will not use. Shebi, I just showed you my office. How do you think my staff are using all this? Do you understand? See, it is key. I do not think I hired. Yes, darling. As I was saying, I do not think I hire people anymore based on the certification or the degrees they have. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, go meet your sister. Because I would rather take a staff that understands how to navigate the workspace than take a staff that comes with certification that cannot navigate workspace. I'll be wasting my time. You know why? In the last 3 weeks, we have onboarded 4 new staff to my organization. And I will not kill myself. I simply tell them, as in, you can navigate this thing, Abi. Take this folder, read this thing. So their ability to navigate the workspace that we are going to use, I can teach them other things. But when a staff cannot even navigate Google Workspace, there is a problem. You will not even scale my interview. You won't scale my interview because where will I start from? When people tell me they go to interviews and they are not getting this thing, I say, see, it is because the person is wondering where would they start from when it comes to teaching you. So if you ever, many people always say they got a job on what's it called? This thing is going to go off. That they got a job on this thing, as in, and they did not select them. What happened? I will say, see, your problem is not the job. Your problem is that you don't have remote worker skills. What is remote worker skills? These workplace foundational skills. You don't have it. And when you don't have it, they can tell from the interview. They're asking, oh, if you have to work collaboratively with this thing, what will you use? You don't know Miro exists. We have to do a brainstorming session for an innovation session. You don't even know the tool. Or you want to get remote work. You now go there. I know how to program. I know how to code. You'll be going on and on about your technical skill. Whereas, why they are not really selecting you is your workplace foundational skills that you don't know how to work collaboratively with people, right? You don't know how to work collaboratively with people. Go and give yourself. Go and give Maria. You don't. Or you don't even know why they are not answering. I told someone that what made me pass my interview for my first international job, the question was, if I had to work collaboratively in a team on an innovation, that what software will I use? And I said Miro. Guess what I used Miro before that time? A volunteer role. Take this out of this. Now, close that door. That what will I use? And I said Miro. And that was all. That was the end of that interview. They did not ask me if I had done design thinking, which was the main technical skill they needed. They did not ask me if I had done design thinking. It was, how can I work with other team members on the team? That was their main question. And I keep telling people that you don't even know what is getting you out of that interview is that thing. But you think it is the certification that you are going to spend money on. You know, I reminded you that I have enough international exposure to be able to tell you, see, one of the first things I covered on the free model of the free version is, first, you need to understand what is being asked of you, what you need to possess, so that you can invest your money in this place.
I'm giving you a decision.
Okay? Now, Shona Yerukwaya, please, your question.
Good evening, doctor. I'm a
Evening.
newbie. So nice to be joining this platform for the very first time. I actually come across Ghanaian Saudi that they had on Facebook. That was when I got to know about the training and I signed the training. So the question now, doctor, is that I was a civil servant, but I just want to transition into remote work. I'm two kids, stay at home mom. So now I actually want to also venture into entrepreneurship. And my challenge is that, for instance, now I just want to start an egg business whereby I go to farm, collect eggs, and distribute to retailers. I already have it set. So I want you to give me advice. If I want to digitalize that, what are the first things, like what do I need to improve myself with so that I will stand out? Like even when people pass through my job or people that know me, when I tell them about my details, they get to know that this is actually a
Let me
digital
get
tool
straight.
there.
You are farm, right?
Like I want to start collecting eggs from a farm. Then I
Oh,
will distribute to retailers, like people come to collect a box from me.
so you say what are the things that you
I
can
could,
stand you out?
yes, I want to, like, how do I digitalize that? Like, how do I
First
put
thing
it
I think you
on?
need to consider when it comes to using digital tools for this business is to first take a survey. That's the first thing you need to do. Who are your customers? In fact, like you need to identify the need for it. So our first digital tool you need to use, go to Meta AI. Meta AI is on top of your WhatsApp.
Okay, I'm actually
I'll
familiar
try to
with it.
Meta AI on top of your WhatsApp. Talk to it, like record and say, I am this, I am starting the farming this thing. Tell it everything about that business. Like it's in Africa, it is in this, as in it is in Nigeria, this thing. I want to carry out a survey to see if people need this business. If this business I want to start is a need, what should I include in my survey form that will help me to know if people are interested in this business or not? When you finish asking it that, it will tell you the questions you need to put in your survey form. Go to Google Workspace. Of course, create an email for that thing. Let's say you want to do shonayefarms@gmail.com, whatever, put it there. Do you understand? Create an email. When you create that, why did I say create? Even if you will not end up doing that business, create an email for it. Google does not collect money for creating an email. So you can have access to Google Workspace. Now, when you create that form, that Google form on Google Workspace, right? All the questions that Google has, Meta AI has told you to go and ask it, put the questions in the form. Again, how to create forms and all those things is detailed on WFS. It's like, it's just basic and all that. So you create that. You saw when I showed you how many responses did I have at the beginning of 2024. Before we started this, they had 355 responses. I knew exactly what people wanted. See, I repeat, I have gone to the best global innovation lab in the world, the Unleash Global Innovation Lab, where they use design thinking to innovate products. Uh-oh. Now, why do I say that to you? There is what you call the design thinking method of product innovation. What does that mean? It simply means that there is a process to starting a business. You don't start a business because you feel like it. You start a business because there is a need for it. If there is no need, discard it. If you carry out that survey and there is no need, discard it.
Okay.
Many people start a business because they feel like it. They have not established the need for it. A business should be created out of a need of someone. When you use your form and now your form is only as good. The quality of the answers you get from the people that take your survey is only as good as the questions you ask. Which I say, go and use AI. 2 ways you have used digital tools now. Tell AI what you want. When you tell AI what you want to start, don't preempt AI. Just say, I want to start this business. I'm trying to carry out a survey to determine the need for it. This is where I'm. Don't preempt it. So it can give you quality questions. When you give quality questions, you take that survey, find your ideal audience, take time, spend your time. The most difficult part of innovating a product is at the stage of the problem, finding out what the problem is. A business starts as a result of a problem. Is there a problem? When somebody has a problem, they're willing to give you money for it in exchange. That is what value exchange means. Somebody has a problem, they need you to solve it, they give you money for it. That is what business is. That is simply what business is. It's that simple. Business is value exchange. But somebody must actually have the problem before you can sell it to them. Do you understand me? So it is key that you do that survey. The next thing you then need to use a digital tool for is, of course, when you collect those responses. You saw my response. When I clicked on responses, it had been analyzed for me into, like, let me say, pie chart. I could see the pictorial representation of what it was saying. That response will now determine what you do next. Now, let's assume in the responses you got, you realize that it is going to even inform your business model. Whether you want to collect from farm, be the middleman, whether you don't even want to touch egg at all, you just want to be the connector. You will not touch egg at all. You will just be the platform. You are the one that is creating the app for your locality, that people that need egg, you are connecting them to people that sell egg from the farm. You might not even be touching egg. Based on the thing that your survey is telling you, you will know what to create. Whether the creating is a social media platform, and you're saying, get eggs directly from farm, and all you are doing is a connector. You are the one calling the farm to say, this is the address, take it to this place, and you're making your gain. You don't even have inventory. You are not doing anything other than being the connector of the farm and the buyer. But you are the one doing the social media marketing. Do you understand me? You are the one doing the what? Social media. I do not advise anybody to start a business these days with that you have inventory. When I say inventory, you have product that you are storing in a shop. I don't advise it. Be the connector, be the middleman. That way, you only what you are doing is digital marketing of it. Of course, I cannot teach you digital marketing on this spot because you then need to set up a social media page. How can you start out? Of course, you need to go to the farm. You know the farm. So that you will be doing picture of the farm. Of course, you will not let the farm name show because people you want to supply, once they know the farm, business as sports. You'll be doing eggs, size of egg, big egg, big egg, and all that stuff. See, let the farm be responsible for the delivery. It is not you. All you are doing is you are getting there to what package the whatever. As in, this is the order. You give farm money, farm send it to the person. You give farm money, send it to the person. You are the woman. So the work you are doing is the work of a business person who is selling this thing. Now, depending on the size of the egg, you can use different things to talk about why you are unique. Maybe your egg does not spoil. It is from this thing. Again, go back to Meta AI. Tell it all the things that you think is this way. How do you differentiate your egg? Is it the size? Is it the fact that it does not spoil? Is it the fact that if one egg breaks before it reaches this thing? You have to have a USP. Go online, go and find Fastest Cakes. Fastest Cake is a business. Their USP is what? That they're the fastest case delivery. If you want, you forget your friend's birthday now. 12 noon, you remember that, hey, today is my friend's birthday. If you call Fastest Cake, that cake will be there in 3 hours. Cake with name, fine cake, everything. That is their USP. Fastest cake. Do you know how many cakes they sell in a day? Their USP is not that they are the sweetest cake, that they are the cake that has the best design. Their USP is that they are the fastest delivery cake company. You forget your friend's birthday, we got you covered. Go and look for Fastest Case on Instagram. You understand what I'm saying? You will learn a lot from their business. That's what I'm going to say. So 4 major things. First, do the research using Google Form. Of course, when you do the research, ask Meta AI to do this. That's one thing you can use. Third, go back and go to the farm. Go and do content creation. That is one thing. Go and create content. Create content around the farm. Talk about content. Be talking about egg. Again.
As a content person already, like
don't have to know much about
his channel.
AI. Go and ask AI. How long does it take for egg to spoil? What is the uniqueness of egg? What determines size of egg? Is it the chicken size? Go and find research. I'll be talking about egg from different angles. 1 million eggs are produced in 1 year. Be talking about egg from, again. Go to Google. You will find knowledge. Be talking about egg from different angles. People say, this person knows a lot about egg. And you're selling the egg. And then start the social media page. That's all. My advice, don't go and collect egg and store in your shop. Bad move. Very bad move. I think that's how I'll stop there. And I hope it helps you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it because I'm about to even pay for the job now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Osho Emmanuel, please, you have your hand up.
Thank you, Doctor, for all that you have been sharing since. My question it's all about Google Authenticator. There was a time I used Google Authenticator on one of my application online or one of this platform. And then something happened around that time that, maybe I lost access to my phone. Later I got another phone and I wanted to authenticate on my Google Authenticator. I could not remember the password. I had so many issues that, I have to get in touch with a lot of friends who are better than myself in this technology thing until I was able to resolve it. And that is my fear about Google Authenticator. I don't know if you have
email.
No, it's not my email. I always remember my email. I think
if you can remember your email, then even if you lose your phone, my Google Authenticator is connected to my email as a primary distance. So once I download Google Authenticator, I simply log in with Google. That's all.
Okay.
So even if you now forget your email, let's assume you forgot your email, right?
Okay.
At least in my email on Google, I always use 2 methods to do my 2-factor authentication. I think I explained it on WF. I don't know if you have access to WFS already. Well, I explained how I always do 2-factor authentication. I use phone number. If I use 3, I use phone number, I use passkey, and I use Google Authenticator to protect my accounts. Those 3 levels of protection in Google. Passkey Google. So it means that let's assume that I cannot remember my Google Authenticator login details. At least I know phone number. So I will first get into my email that I connected to that, which is why again, see, maybe Google should come and hire me as the ambassador. I like Google because once you can get into your email, every other tool you can get into it. Every other tool or app that is connected to that email, you can get into it. So the moment I get, which is why for me, the protection of my email is my primary concern. Because I know my email gives me access to every other Google tool, which is why I always do 3 layers of protection for my email. So what it means is once I'm able to access my email, and I know what it is, I simply go and download Google Authenticator. It's now asked me to log into my Google Authenticator, and I'll just click log in with Google, because if my email is already on that phone, right, and I click log in with Google, automatically identify that email as one connected to the Google Authenticator, and it gets me in already.
Okay. Thank you,
That's basically it. That's what I do. Anything that is connected to my distance, even the one that is not Google, like my Instagram, I always log in with my Google, which is why I don't play with my email. Because I know once you get into my email, you can log into maybe my other account or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Does Google Authenticator has a desktop version? Or is it the same?
It's an app.
Yes, I know. It's an app on the phone.
You can have that. My Google, I just can't say. okay, let me share like on it's just that I've never on a desktop because I'm always authenticating. Like I just always what does it really mean, Google Authenticator? When you store it, it's like, and you link a device, you are able to generate code to get into that email or that Instagram or whatever, any other account that you need to get into. So for me, let me come here and click on Google Authenticator. Let me find out if it is part of what is here on this. If you click on Google More, like let me say this Google More, Authenticator is there. But I typically just download it on my mobile. So on my Authenticator, you will see I have nothing less than 13 different things that I have, like one authenticator, just one authenticator. It authenticates my Amazon Web Service, my Facebook, all my Google emails, my TikTok account, my Instagram, my everything, any mobile app at all I use Google Authenticator. Any mobile app. It doesn't matter. Okay. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, an option of use an authenticator app to get into your accounts in case as for two-factor authentication. They always have it. They will just simply ask you to set it up once. By what? They will tell you scan, as in when you click on Google Authenticator, it will, as in when you click on Google, I think I covered this on WFS. I said click add. It will click scan QR code. On that other thing that you need to authenticate, let's say it is your Instagram now, you will click it, authenticator. It will give you a QR code. You scan it and it will add it. So for every time, see, my staff, now if they want to get into any account, it will not, they will have to chat me and say, Madam, authenticator. But that doesn't mean that there's an account they cannot get into. So me to have layered the level of security. There are some of my emails that you will have to ask me for code. But there are some that if you've logged into that email before, you can just with a Google prompt. So depending on the layer of security you need to give, it will determine whether you want it that they must collect the authenticator code from you or not. But there are some of my emails that it is not a compulsory. So far, there is another of my staff that is logged into that email. They can also authenticate it in terms of they can be a Google prompt. But there are some, like for instance, now on my Facebook account, for anybody to get into my ads account or my billing, like when you get to Facebook ads manager, you want to get to the section of billing. They can see my billing information. You must ask me for a code. You must. So
okay.
Just depends on what you to this thing, but you can use it for anything. Anything at all you use online. You can use Google Authenticator to do the two-factor.
Okay. Now the last question I want to ask. Sorry, though you've already mentioned it in the course of answering this question, but I want a specific direction on that, and that is, you said you have several emails, and some of your staff can access some of those emails. I'm thinking that if I am to digitize the process of my business now, and then I'm sharing my email with my staff, you understand? And they have to go and access some file, maybe on my Google Drive and all the stuff like that. Won't I or the business be vulnerable? Or do you limit the number of emails that they have access to?
Yes, because for instance, now I have an operations manager. I have an email that is IT operations. It's only her and me that have access to that one. Because why? She's my second in command.
Okay.
There's another one, IT Africa something for HR. It is only me and HR that have access to that one. Then there's the one I've been trying to explain with you since iTrain Africa Hub. It is where all my staff work from.
Okay.
Dear.
Okay.
As join me, the entire work team, the content we are creating, post, have access to it.
Okay.
Please have access to. There is nothing sensitive in that way you create. Like, see this, I was showing you SOPs. So that means those SOPs were in the workspace that a staff can get into and say, oh, this SOP, I want to use this thing.
Okay.
You understand? To do my work. So, which is why I have several emails. There's an email that's probably linked to my website right now. Only me and 2 other staff have access to it. And that is the one that we're very careful about. As in, the one that has probably our website at the back end. We are very careful about it because we know that one can cause us more harm than this thing. So those kind of ones, it is a staff that has like all those, they've proven themselves trusted and everything. And any staff that doesn't have to have access to it can not even have access to it. That particular one, the people that have access to it, the laptop is them is locked. Like when they say it's locked, like it's not the kind of lock that you just open to get into it. Like we have to put layers of security for the ones that can put us at a vulnerable state. My admin that does my bookkeeping and my books and everything, she has another one that is separate. Only her and me have access to that one. So no other person is seeing my books.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, do you understand? Which is why we have several emails. Like, because again, I need to be able to ask, we have another one for Skill for Work Academy. The student success manager has access to it. It means the person needs to have access to student information, create Google Classroom. But that is basically what they have access to. Which is why I say, hey, Google Lifesaver. If I have 10 emails, they're not charging me for all those 10 emails. I don't understand. So why don't I keep creating it?
Okay.
So if a staff joins me, this is a login access. Log into that email because why? The day I want to ask that staff to create Google form, it's not me that I'll be creating Google form and be sharing it. No, you have to have a workspace. So I create your own email for you as based on your listing operation, like whatever. So you'll be working from that workspace, but it's me that created it. It is my number, our number. I used to set it up and everything. So the day the staff is no more there listening, I simply change the password. Phew, we are gone. Do you understand? So simply set up the email yourself. You're the one that set it up as authenticator. You're the one that set it up as a phone number. You're the one that set up everything. It is linked to your phone number and everything. But see, I always say whenever you are a business owner, you are holding things to your chest. You are not decentralizing operation. You cannot scale. You will be using work to kill yourself. You can't scale. So decentralized operation is that simple. Limit access based on whatever role they have and move on.
Okay.
And that is why you will see my authenticator now has maybe 12 emails on it. Anybody that wants to log into any, I'll be seeing the notification and I'll go and ask on my Slack, who's logging in?
Okay.
That's it. If you are logging in and I know you're not supposed to have access to that thing, I will not accept. It's that simple.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are some that it is only certain people that will have access, or even maybe only yourself, depending on the level of information you want to keep there.
On the level, okay. Thank you so much. So grateful.
Welcome. I think that's all the hands I see up. Okay, Fabi Olukem. Now, if you're happy to join WFS, please don't forget, there is something I said I was going to offer you. If you are still here, just stay to the end. I will talk about it in a minute. Please, Fabi, where is the person whose hand was up? Someone's hand was up. Oh, I don't see the person again. So there's somebody that was, like people had asked us about the goal setting workshop that we sold to people in December. And they say that the price has gone up to 32,000 this thing. Can they still have access to it? Because apparently people are going to tell them how valuable that goal setting is. Like, that was not a goal setting workshop. That was I showed you how I plan my life, like how I break down and achieve my goals. What I specifically do, how I use AI to achieve some of those goals and break it down in every aspect of my life. That is what I showed. I basically showed you my strategy session, how I do my strategy session every year. That is what I showed you for different areas of my life. So now people are saying, this 32K, I want, can they still get this thing? Because that time to my alumni, I don't know if you are new here, why am I mentioning it now? I think some of my alumni went to tell their friend to join the WFS and they told them about the goal setting workshop. So here is what I now said. Here's what's going to happen. For people that bought my alumni in December, that bought something from us before, I gave them access to that thing, as in like, if you've taken WFS before, as in if you buy WFS and that thing, I gave it to them as 50,525. We called it the growth bundle. But WFS in itself, even when it is subsidized, is 45,150. The goal setting workshop is 32,525. So we now told people then that if they wanted to join the WFS of this batch, if they pay for that goal setting workshop before December 25, we'll give them both of them at 50,525. So it's more like we sold them a 32.5 workshop at 5,000 naira, technically. So, you know, we've been having requests, as in some, even from people that are in the She Earners, initiative, which is our affiliate marketing program, I've been saying that can they sell the goods bundle at that same 50,000 for this batch, since I gave some of my alumni that thing in December. I said, here's what's going to happen, because we have granted an affiliate that request that they can take that bundle at that same 50,000 this thing till 28th of this month, which is when this batch is closing, because it was when we were selling this batch that we gave that offer in December. So if you are here and you want to see how I plan, you've listened to me this night, so you must understand how strategic I am. You want to basically see a breakdown on an Excel sheet of how I plan my life. I break it down like how the goals I'm achieving here, and I break down what I will do every quarter, every month, every week, every day to achieve the bigger goal. You want to see how I break it down, and it will end up adding up to the bigger goal. Then you want to watch that 2 hours strategic workshop that I use in setting my goal. And this is the only time you can get that like 5K if you are buying it with WFS, which we call the growth bundle. If you go to our seller store right now, I want to show you something. You will see that this particular workshop is 32,500 or something. If you go to our seller store and you look for that product, you will see what it is. But if you check the growth bundle, it is showing 50,525, and it is a combination of 2 different products. Moina, this is not the growth bundle that you dropped for. Okay, it is. How come I can't see the picture of the growth bundle? Moina, I can't see the picture of the growth bundle. How come this is the picture I'm seeing? The picture you dropped for me is not showing the growth bundle. Moina, the picture you showed me is not showing the growth bundle, though. I don't know what is happening. I wanted that picture of the growth bundle that we had. So if you click it and you click on checkout, it will add VAT for you. So you simply need to put your name and all that stuff, and to show you 50,525. And you can, if you want the option of transfer, my people will drop that. Just transfer 50,525 and you will get both courses. And yes, you have 1 year access to the WFS and 6 months access to the workshop. That's a strategic workshop. But if not, you still want to join WFS, so you feel you don't need it, but trust me, if I show you the amount of testimonials we have from that workshop, we just studied somewhere on Slack, like when I held it on December 26th. There is and you know the most beautiful part of that workshop, even for programs I collect 268,500, I don't give them community, like just community that will just open. That growth workshop, I created a community on WhatsApp. How many of you are there on WhatsApp, where basically I go there when I can, I chat, I say, where are you with your goals and everything like that. I was just chatting them, I think sometime last week when I had time to go there. So the community itself is what I should probably be charging 100K for people to be part of that community and all that stuff. But no, I think I told them in December that it's just one of those communities I want to nurture in 2025. Why? Because I want a lot of people to be high achievers. I want them to fly. I want them to follow through. I hate all those nonsense of you are doing vision board, you are doing this thing, now you're pasting paper on top of this. I said that one is not strategic now. Like, it's not strategic. I want to show you an example of what I'm talking about. Let me find that goal setting now. Let me see if I can find it. So you understand what I'm talking about. I don't like all those nonsense that people do. Now be pasting vision board. At the end of the day, the board is just there. You are looking at it, they are seeing car, they are seeing travel. But the vision, they did not achieve it. Why? Because they did not strategically break it down. Me, I'm a very calculated person. very calculated, you know, and I'm a science, I have a PhD in chemistry. If I cannot see workings, how you get that from? I'm not in arts. I'm not in arts. Like, we must see working. Like, how will you get there? Stop telling me I shall get there, I shall get there. What are you talking about? You shall get there, how? Show working so that we can see how you get there. That is how I think. Do you understand? And that is why I think it was, why did I even start teaching that goal setting stuff? Let me share a new screen. People kept asking me, how do you achieve all that you achieve? How do you strategically think of, I want to achieve this and you achieve it? I say I break it down. Don't think it, I break it down. So that is how I started teaching. And I told my alumni that I was going to teach them in December at a ridiculous, it's just to even show commitment, because what was 5,000 to a workshop that people sell for 200,000? It was just ridiculous. But again, for me, the way I achieve impact with people, I always say, don't help somebody who is not ready to help themselves. You'll be fetching water into a basket. That's how I think. Like, I can take 75% of WFS, you pay 25%. I can take 95% of goal setting, you pay 5%. Anything that you cannot commit your own percentage to, then it simply means that it is not valuable to you. You don't need it. You don't know you need it yet, and that is totally fine. So it is not
Okay, so I'm back. My this thing logged me out. My system was just hanging. So I think I've taken all the questions. If you have more questions, I was about to share my screen to, oh, the thing actually came back. Really? I don't know what is wrong with this Zoom. I was about to share my screen to show you to basically show you, I don't know, my laptop is not showing me the Zoom meeting again. I don't know why. But that is, I wanted to show you what the template of this thing looks like. But yeah, I'm just gonna stop. And the growth workshop, you can check it out yourself from the link that my team members have dropped. If you like that particular offer, how long to finish the course? I'm at WFS. Okay, Professor Doc, I paid for the strategy goals setting section. I want to pay for the WFS batch 6. Can I use the growth bundle rate to make? If you paid for the strategy goal setting section, that means you already bought the goal setting session. So it is a goal setting session that went up, the price went up. Do you understand? So you are still paying 45,150. So it is people that wanted to buy it separately that they would have paid 45,150 and 32,525. So we're now saying that instead of them to pay the full price of the goal setting workshop, which is 32,525 now, they would pay, like if they pay for both of them, instead of them to pay like 45,150 plus, that is like 77,000 plus, they will pay 50,525. Do you understand? Because people have been saying, oh, we want the replay of that thing, we want it as a course, we want to look at it, we want to be sitting down, be watching it, to be setting our goal, like as you are doing it. But then it is 32,525. So instead of them to get it at that price, now say anybody that is getting the WFS now, instead of them paying 45,150 and 32 this thing, if they want that particular this thing, they will simply get both of them at 50,525. That's what we are saying. You pay for the VFS. So if you want that particular goal setting, you just need to pay the remaining. Moina, please calculate that fee for me. Remove 45,150 from 50,525. You just balance that money. I think that is 5,325 that you pay. So instead of you to have paid the full price of 32 something, you just pay the 530 and they will give you the access to the second course, which is the goal setting course. So if you pay, you can pay the difference. That's 5,325. That's what it is. Yeah, 5,000 all. Moina, please confirm. Is it 375? Yeah, that's VAT. 5,375. The 375 on top of it is VAT. So you just pay the difference. Okay, sorry, 5,525. Actually, no, there is a something 25 on the 5,525 is the difference of the thing. You can see that difference and you'll be given access to the workshop. You just pay that amount, giving access to the thing. Please note, this offer is only till 28th of this month. You cannot come and tell us that you want to take the two courses at 50,525 later. The full price for the both of them. So please take note of that. And trust me, you will need that one, I can guarantee you. Get into the goal setting workshop, that goal setting workshop that I recorded, I showed you breakdown. You open your mouth and be wondering, why am I gifting that thing? It was a gift I gave alumni in December. But I said gift it as in, go and look for it outside. You see 200,000 for this kind of strategic workshop. But again, I need my alumni to start their year understanding how to break down goals and achieve them. So that's what this is about. Rafiat is covering at least at vision. Trust me, as in I don't understand. I'm a science person. I have a PhD in science, so if it's not making sense logically, that I can follow an approach. Do like this, get it. That's telling me, oh, you shall make it, affirm it. And after I finish affirming it, what exactly do I need to do? That is where people always get lost. Like, you cannot show me workings. You are telling me I can do it, I can do it. Show me workings, break it down. That's how I think. Do you understand? That's why you see most of my courses, I always show workings. I don't have time for, you can make it on top. You can make it then. Yeah, show me the framework, show me the Excel sheet on how to do it, so we can all do it together. So I think we've answered all the questions here. We've answered all the questions. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this live. It's been an amazing 2.5 hours spent with you. I think we have another live on Thursday. I don't know what it is about. I think the Marina will let me know, but I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's for graduates or professionals. I'm not certain. But join us on that live. I'll be happy to take another round of questions and continue to teach you. And for those of you that have enrolled in the WFS, go and bring your friend. Don't grow alone. Don't grow alone. Don't grow alone. I tell people when you start succeeding, you start looking like an odd one out or like a mad person to your regular set of people. And I cannot even lie to you. When you don't have people that you are growing together, you will need support. You will need support as when you grow, you want people to grow with you, even if it is one person. Because when somebody is operating at your wavelengths, I see people on the WFS that are now becoming friends after the thing. You know why? They have friends that before, when they are talking about something, this one we're talking about, let's go and buy ledger so we can write our book inside. Whereas somebody who has taken a BFS will be looking at you like ledger. You want to buy ledger? I don't understand. So when the ledger, water pour on it, like that person is no longer thinking like you. So you are telling the person, I beg, this laptop me I want to get, or it is a tab I want to get so I can access my person say, now wow, you are now showing us this thing. Like your thinking will be different, and I cannot even lie to you. I always tell people that when they come to my program and they upgrade, they lose friends. You will lose friends. I can tell you that one for free. Because the people that you did not tell about WFR, they did not upgrade with you. You will finish, they'll be looking like, they'll be looking, when they are talking, you'll be like, why is this not talking like this? That is how you'll be feeling. You will not understand where you are coming from, but you'll be different. And I've seen it happen to me. That's why I'm telling you, upgrade with your friends. That person that you know that, this person, I want to go along on this growth journey with this person. Invite them to the VFS. Let them enroll for the VFS so you can grow together. When you are talking one, they are talking two. Not that you are talking one, they are talking zero. Because they have no idea on what you are talking. They don't see what you see. And people who are limited in foresight, like they cannot help you get to where you need to get to. So thank you very much, everyone, for this amazing thing. And I will see you. I hope to see all of you in class of February 1, where we have the onboarding session for the WFS. And for you that have enrolled on this program, I tell you, welcome in advance in class. Okay, everyone, good night and have an amazing evening. Good night. Good night, good night, good night. Bye.